Welcome back to the coin world. Old coin review and value, the ultimate destination for rare coin discoveries, numismatic treasures, and the hidden value in your pocket change. If you happen to own the 2000 for Liberty quarter dollar from Michigan, this coin might just turn the tables for you. Stick around till the end of the video to learn how valuable this quarter can be and how you can sell it the right way. What appears to be an ordinary state quarter could actually hold unexpected worth and historical significance. The Michigan State Quarter was released in 2004 as part of the highly popular 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. This program became one of the most successful coin releases in United States history, sparking widespread interest among collectors and the general public alike. The Michigan Quarter was the 26th coin in the series, representing the Great Lakes state and celebrating its rich heritage. On the obverse, the familiar portrait of George Washington remains, maintaining the classic design that has been on the quarter since 1932. However, the reverse design is what sets this coin apart. It features a detailed outline of the state of Michigan along with the surrounding Great Lakes, a proud reminder of Michigan's unique geography and its deep connection to America's freshwater treasures. The inscription Great Lakes State highlights this distinct identity. The coin was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, with proof versions struck in San Francisco. Hundreds of millions of these quarters were produced for circulation, making them accessible to the public. However, what transforms some of these 2000 for Michigan quarters into rare and valuable treasures are the minting errors, variations, and high-grade conditions that survived the test of time. Some quarters were struck with off-center designs, double dies, or die cracks that make them extremely collectible. These errors happened unintentionally during the minting process and were released into circulation before being detected. Collectors actively seek out such unique pieces because they add rarity and value to what would otherwise be a common coin. Even without errors, coins preserved in pristine, uncirculated, or proof condition can command significant prices from collectors. Grading plays a key role in determining value. A coin with sharp details, no scratches, and original mint luster is much more desirable than one that has been heavily circulated. High-grade examples certified by recognized grading authorities often sell for impressive amounts at auctions or through specialized coin dealers. The historical importance of the Michigan Quarter goes beyond its design. It represents a moment in modern American numismatic history when millions of people started paying closer attention to their change. The 50 State Quarters program reignited public interest in coin collecting, introducing a new generation to the hobby and creating countless stories of people finding rare coins in everyday transactions. Imagine finding a simple 2020 Liberty quarter dollar in your pocket change and discovering it could be worth far more than its face value. If you have this coin, it might turn the tables for you. Stick around until the end of the video to find out its potential value and how you can sell it for a great price. The 2020 Liberty quarter dollar is one of those modern coins that surprises collectors and everyday people alike. Released as part of the America the Beautiful Quarter program, it features distinctive reverse designs that make it instantly recognizable. Many of these coins entered circulation in large numbers, but a small fraction came with unique minting errors, limited strike varieties, or near-perfect conditions that can dramatically increase their value among numismatists. What makes this coin stand out is not just its year but the details. Some 2020 quarters were struck with rare mint errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or even special low mintage varieties that slipped through regular production unnoticed. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins with these features because they can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on their condition and rarity. Another key factor is grading. Coins preserved in mint state or higher grades, often certified by professional grading services, can fetch premium prices. The difference between a circulated coin and one in pristine condition can mean the difference between a regular quarter and a small fortune. Even coins found in everyday transactions can sometimes hold hidden potential if they're examined carefully for rare varieties. 2020 was also a year of historical significance, and that has added extra appeal to coins minted during this period. Many collectors view these coins as part of a unique chapter in American history, which further fuels demand and price growth in the collector's market. Whether it's the West Point mint issues with the W mark or special commemorative designs, The 2020 quarters hold a special place among modern collectibles. Before rushing to spend or exchange any 2020 Liberty quarter you come across, it's essential to check every detail, from the mint mark to the strike quality and any signs of unusual patterns on the coin. Many valuable coins have been found by people who simply took the time to inspect what they thought was ordinary change. 1997 Liberty Quarter Dollar. This coin might just turn the tables for you. Stick around until the end of this video to find out its potential value and exactly how you can sell it for the best possible price. The 1997 Liberty Quarter Dollar is part of the Washington Quarter series that has been a cornerstone of American coinage since 1932. Even though 1997 seems like a modern year, this coin has hidden details and rare varieties that collectors actively search for, which can make it worth far more than its face value. At first glance, it might look like just another quarter, but for those who know what to look for this year, can hide some surprising treasures. The obverse of the 1997 quarter carries the classic portrait of George Washington, created by sculptor John Flanagan. This design was introduced to commemorate the 200th birthday of the first U.S. president and remained largely unchanged for decades. The inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" surround Washington's profile, and the mint date 1997 appears at the bottom, anchoring the design in a period just before the launch of the state quarters program in 1999. The reverse features the traditional heraldic eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath. Above the eagle is the national motto "E pluribus unum," and around the edge are the words "United States of America" and "Quarter Dollar." This reverse design was used from 1932 until 1998, making the 1997 issue one of the final years to showcase this historic and beloved imagery before a complete design transformation took place. The 1997 quarter was minted in Philadelphia and Denver for circulation, with mint marks B and D respectively, and in San Francisco for proofs sets with the S mark. While billions of quarters were made, the real value lies in high-grade examples and rare minting errors. Regular circulated coins usually have only face value, but those in mint state or proof condition can attract significant collector interest. One of the most valuable varieties for 1997 quarters is coins that display dramatic errors. Off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped blankets, and doubled dies are known to exist. These mistakes happen during the minting process, and collectors pay premiums for well-defined and eye-catching examples. For instance, a 1997 quarter with a strong doubled die or an off-center strike that shows clear details can sell for far more than its denomination. Important factor is the coin's grade. Quarters in mint state, especially MS67 or higher, are rare because coins from this period were produced for everyday use and quickly accumulated scratches, dings, and wear. A pristine 1997 quarter certified by a grading service can stand out at auction and attract competitive bids from collectors seeking top population coins. The 1947 Liberty 5-cent Jefferson coin is one of those surprising pieces that might just turn the tables for you. If you have this coin, stick around until the end, because we're going to uncover its fascinating history, explain why collectors hunt for it, and reveal how valuable it can truly be along with how you can sell it. The Jefferson nickel series began in 1938, replacing the long-running Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the outburst features a dignified portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, while the reverse showcases his famous Virginia home, Monticello. This design represented a modern shift in American coinage, focusing on clean lines and historical figures that embodied the ideals of liberty and leadership. By 1947, this series had already become a standard part of American circulation, but certain factors made this year especially interesting for collectors. The year 1947 marked the first full year after the end of World War II, when the U.S. Mint returned to using the standard copper-nickel composition. From 1942 to 1945, nickels contained silver due to wartime metal shortages, making those years special. In 1946, the composition reverted to the regular mix, and by 1947, production stabilized as the nation transitioned back to peacetime economy. This period reflects a unique historical shift, and coins from these transitional years often attract collector attention because they tell the story of a nation recovering and rebuilding. The 1947 Jefferson nickel was produced at 3 mints, Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with a D mint mark, and San Francisco with an S mint mark. Each of these mint marks plays a role in determining a coin's rarity and value today. While millions of these coins were struck, high-grade survivors are not as common as many people think. Most nickels from that era were heavily circulated, which makes finding one in pristine condition a thrilling discovery. Collectors pay special attention to strike, quality, luster, and the sharpness of details, especially on Monticello steps. Coins that display full steps on the reverse are especially valuable because they indicate a strong strike that preserve the architectural details clearly. Finding a 1947 nickel with full steps is much harder than it sounds, and these pieces often command significantly higher prices on the market. Another reason the 1947 nickel stands out is its position between two historically significant periods. It follows the end of the wartime silver nickels and precedes the 1950 D nickel, which is one of the key dates in the entire series. As a result, many collectors include 1947 nickels when assembling complete Jefferson series collections, increasing their demand over time. There are also interesting varieties and minting errors known for this year. Double die outburst errors, off-center strikes, or a punch mint marks can dramatically increase a coin's value. If you happen to own the Liberty $quarter from New Hampshire, released in the year 2000, this coin might just turn the tables for you. Stick around till the end of the video to discover its fascinating history, what makes some of these coins surprisingly valuable, and how you can sell them the right way. By the end, you'll know why a simple quarter could actually hold a hidden treasure. The New Hampshire quarter was the 9th coin issued in the legendary 50-state quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. This program transformed the world of modern coin collecting by highlighting the unique heritage of each state through special reverse designs. New Hampshire's quarter stands out with its striking depiction of the Old Man of the Mountain, a famous rock formation that had been a symbol of the state for centuries. This formation was naturally shaped to resemble the profile of a human face, making it one of the most iconic landmarks in New England until its collapse in 2003. The coin's reverse design captures the Old Man of the Mountain with impressive detail. Above the image is the state motto, "Live free or die," a powerful phrase that reflects New Hampshire's independent spirit and historical role in America's fight for freedom. This motto is one of the most famous of any state, and its inclusion on the coin gives it strong cultural significance. The design also includes the year 1788, marking the year New Hampshire became the 9th state to join the Union, and the year 2000, representing its place in the state quarters program. The obverse of the coin maintains the classic portrait of George Washington, which has been on U.S. quarters since 1932. What makes this coin particularly intriguing is not just its design, but the stories behind the minting process and the variations that collectors search for. The New Hampshire quarter was minted at both Philadelphia and Denver facilities, with proof versions struck in San Francisco. While millions were produced for circulation, a select few possess errors, high-grade conditions, or special minting features that make them highly desirable in the numismatic market. Some of the most valuable examples come from coins that feature errors like off-center strikes, double dies, or die cracks. These mistakes occurred during production and slipped through the mint's quality control, making them rare and collectible. Additionally, coins that have been preserved in flawless uncirculated condition or professionally graded at the highest levels can command impressive prices among collectors. The New Hampshire quarter carries a unique historical weight because of the Old Man of the Mountain. Just 3 years after this coin entered circulation, the natural rock formation collapsed, making the coin a lasting tribute to a landmark that no longer exists. This historical twist has increased the emotional and collectible value of the quarter, as it captures a moment in time that can never be physically seen again. Cent coin from 1953. It might actually turn the tables for you. Many people overlook this small coin, but its history, rarity, and condition can make it far more valuable than its face value. Stick around until the end of this video because we'll talk about its potential price and how you can sell it the right way. The Jefferson nickel has been a key part of American coinage since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the obverse of the coin features a bold portrait of Thomas Jefferson III, President of the United States, while the reverse depicts his famous home, Monticello. The 1953 issue carries forward this iconic designed during a time when the United States was emerging from the post-war era into a period of growth and change. Coins minted in this period hold special historical significance because they reflect both artistic tradition and the economic landscape of mid-century America. The 1953 Jefferson nickel was struck at 3 mints. Coins without a mint mark were produced in Philadelphia, those with a D were struck in Denver, and those with an S were struck in San Francisco. Each mint produced millions of coins, but their survival in pristine condition is a different story. Circulation, wear, storage issues, and handling over the decades have made high-grade examples much harder to find. Today, condition is everything when it comes to these coins. A 1953 nickel that has circulated for years may only be worth its face value, but coins that have been well preserved with full details, sharp strikes, and original luster can command impressive prices. Collectors are especially drawn to nickels that show the full steps of Monticello on the reverse, a grading detail known as full steps. Coins that receive this designation, particularly in higher mint state grades, are rare and valuable. The Philadelphia Mint produced the largest number of these nickels, and while they are common in lower grades, finding a true gem, uncirculated coin with full steps can be challenging. Denver mint coins are often found with weaker strikes, which makes well-struck examples highly collectible. The San Francisco issues are also noteworthy because 1953 marked one of the later years before the San Francisco Mint ceased producing circulating coins for a time, adding to their collector interest. What really makes certain 1953 Jefferson nickels stand out are the varieties and mint errors that occurred during production. Some coins show double die verses or reverses, repunched mint marks, or striking anomalies that make them unique. These varieties can turn an ordinary nickel into a piece worth hundreds or even thousands depending on rarity and demand. The historical backdrop of this coin adds another layer of interest. In 1953, Dwight D. Eisenhower was president. The Korean War had just ended and the world. Today we're diving deep into the fascinating history of the 1965 Liberty Quarter Dollar, a coin that marked a turning point in American numismatic history. This quarter is more than just a piece of change. It's a reflection of a crucial era of transformation, economic decision-making, and hidden treasures that many people still overlook today. The story of the 1965 quarter begins in a period of immense economic pressure. In the early 1960s, the United States was facing a severe shortage of silver. The increasing demand for silver in industrial applications, combined with rising silver prices, put the U.S. Treasury in a difficult position. The traditional composition of quarters, dimes, and half dollars was 90% silver and 10% copper. But by the mid-1960s, the cost of silver was climbing dangerously close to the face value of the coins themselves. This situation led to widespread hoarding. People across the nation began to pull silver coins out of circulation, stashing them away in anticipation of higher silver prices. This caused a shortage of circulating coins, creating further economic strain. To address this issue, the U.S. government had to act fast, and 1965 became the year of a monumental change in American coinage. That year, Congress passed the Coinage Act of 1965. This act removed silver from the production of quarters and dimes and reduced the silver content of half dollars. For the quarter dollar, this meant a complete shift from a 90% silver composition to a clad composition of copper and nickel, layered over a pure copper core. This was a revolutionary moment, as it ended over 170 years of silver being used in U.S. circulating coins. The new copper-nickel-clad quarters began production in 1965, but their design remained the same. The familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse and the heraldic eagle on the reverse stayed untouched. What changed was the metal inside the coin. At first glance, most people didn't notice the difference, but collectors and dealers were well aware of the significance of this shift. Another major decision by the U.S. Mint was to freeze the use of mint marks. From 1965 to 1967, no mint marks appeared on quarters. This was done intentionally to discourage hoarding by making it impossible to distinguish coins from different mints. The mint wanted to keep coins in circulation rather than in collections or investment holdings during the transition period. The 1965 Liberty Quarter Dollar was struck in enormous quantities. More than 1.8 billion pieces were minted, making it one of the largest mintages in U.S. history at the time. This massive production was necessary to replenish the coin supply that had been depleted due to hoarding of silver coins. Despite this huge number, the 1965 quarter holds a special place in collectors' hearts because of the historical significance and the existence of rare transitional errors. The year 2014 was a remarkable period in the United States coinage timeline because it was deep within the era of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. This monumental program began in 2010 and ran through 2021, releasing 5 new reverse designs each year to celebrate national parks, historic sites, and treasured locations across the country. By 2014, collectors and the general public were eagerly anticipating each new release, as these coins had become highly collectible and educational pieces. The obverse of the 2014 quarter continued to feature the classic portrait of George Washington, sculpted by John Flanagan and first introduced in 1932 to commemorate Washington's 200th birthday. This portrait is iconic. Over the decades, it has remained largely unchanged, representing tradition and continuity in the quarter's design. But the reverse of the 2014 quarters is where the magic unfolded. That year, the United States Mint released 5 different designs: Great Smoky Mountains National Park in Tennessee, Shenandoah National Park in Virginia, Arches National Park in Utah, Great Sand Dunes National Park in Colorado, and Everglades National Park in Florida. Each of these designs tells its own story and reflects the beauty and diversity of America's landscapes and history. The first design of 2014 honored the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. It showed a rustic log cabin, a split-rail fence, and a magnificent backdrop of the Smokies, along with a hawk soaring above. This design captures the tranquility and natural wonder of one of the most visited national parks in the United States. It speaks to the cultural heritage of the Appalachian region and the preservation of traditional ways of life. Next came the Shenandoah National Park quarter, featuring a hiker standing on the rocky summit of Little Stony Man Mountain, gazing over the sweeping landscape below. This image reflects both the natural beauty of Virginia and the spirit of exploration and preservation that defines America's relationship with its wilderness. The third coin of the year was dedicated to Arches National Park in Utah. Its reverse features the world-famous Delicate Arch, with the La Salle Mountains in the background. This is one of the most recognizable natural rock formations in the country, and the design beautifully captures the monumental scale and serene majesty of the site. The Great Sand Dunes National Park quarter came next. This design shows a father and son playing in the sand near Medano Creek, with the towering dunes and majestic mountains in the background. It symbolizes family, connection to nature, and the unique landscapes that make America's parks so unforgettable. If you ever come across a Liberty 5-cent coin from 1985, this might just turn the tables for you. Stick around until the end of the video to learn its potential value and how you can sell it for the best possible price. Many people think of this coin as just another nickel in their pocket, but certain variations and rare conditions can make it surprisingly valuable. What seems like ordinary change could be hiding a small fortune if you know exactly what to look for. 85 is part of the Jefferson nickel series, which has been a staple of American coinage since 1938. By 1985, the design had already been in circulation for decades, but the value of these coins today depends heavily on their condition. Classic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, while the reverse shows his famous home, Monticello. These familiar designs were produced in large numbers, but not all 1985 nickels are the same. Collectors pay close attention to mint marks found on the coin. In 1985, coins were minted in Philadelphia and Denver. While most examples are common, high-grade and circulated pieces and coins with minting errors can command premium prices. Errors like double die strikes, off-center strikes, and die cracks are especially sought after. Even a small error, if preserved well, can turn a simple nickel into a valuable collectible. Another key factor is condition. Coins that have been kept in mint state without circulation, showing sharp details and original luster, are far more valuable than worn examples. Many people have these coins in old jars, collections, or inherited boxes without realizing their potential worth. A well-preserved 1985 nickel with the right features can fetch impressive amounts from serious collectors and dealers. The 1985 Liberty 5-cent coin also reflects a specific era of American coinage. While not a commemorative year Coins from this period sometimes contain unique variations, caused by changes in minting equipment and processes. Some examples display die fatigue or slight design shifts, which increase collector interest. Market demand for Jefferson nickels, especially rare varieties, remains strong. Online auction platforms, coin dealers, and private collectors are always looking for standout examples that can complete their sets or add to their investment portfolios. With the right knowledge, even a single coin can bring in unexpected profits. If you have a Liberty 5-cent coin from 1985, take a closer look at its mint mark, surface condition, and any signs of errors. These factors can drastically influence its value. Comment the price in the comment box below, and I will tell you its exact worth and guide you step by step on how to sell it for the best return.